Welcome back, friends. What do you say we go on another adventure? Today we're doing some ghost towns here in northern Nevada. And we got a co-star with us, my friend Judith. So let's go out and do some exploring. Okay, here we are, friends. We're in Contact, Nevada. It's an old mining town. And here is our first building. Not entirely sure what it was. Could have been an old storefront, a newspaper. We're going to go in and be very careful on where we step. This town here, Contact, was first established in the late 1800s for the Contact mine, which gold was discovered in. Then by the early 90s, the mine was producing more copper than it was gold. We got our friend Judith. This little mining town here housed at its peak 200 miners. As you can see, there are still residents here. Not many, but there are some. In 1946, the original town suffered a major fire that destroyed most of the town's buildings. And that's when the town basically became abandoned. We're going to go ahead and take a walk around town, look at some of the buildings that are still left, and what we can find of the mining equipment. Not entirely sure what that would have been. You?
It looks like these square things look like they were from the roof.
Yeah, those would have been roof panels. Well, ceiling panels.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these had the pressed tin ceilings.
Oh, did you notice that?
What do you think this pit is? Yeah, I noticed the what?
Whatever could have been.
Oh. I don't know what that would have been. Maybe an old wood burner? And of course, Cooper's having his little heyday out here. Huh? Oh yeah. Got lots of little tin artifacts running around here. We're going to take a look at the GPS here when we're done exploring and see if the actual mine isn't that far and if it's accessible. Lots of debris scattered all over the place. What do you say we move on to one of those miner shacks? What you got over there?
Looks like a soda can or something with an pasta. I don't know. Couldn't figure it out.
Huh.
Yep.
Interesting. With the amount of cans that's out here, it wouldn't surprise me if this was a store front of some kind. I do apologize about the wind. It is quite windy out here, so. I'm gonna make my way over to that miner's shack over there. Little concrete pad here. I wonder what they had mounted right here. Got some interesting stuff down here. I'll shove you down in here and see what we can see. Right there's where the old stove would have been. The heater stove.
Yeah. Can you see what was down there? Or no?
I didn't, but the viewers did.
Have to check it out.
Oh, the original flooring.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like this building was affected by the fire in the 40s. Oh no, this is kind of cute. Whatever it is. Looks a little more modern because it's plastic.
Yeah.
What we got sitting over here? Alrighty. I am. You coming, Coop? Alright, here we are at one of the old miner shacks. We do gotta be careful because there is somebody living right next to it. But we can explore a bit. I don't think this would have been part of the old town. This seems a little bit newer. Let's go check out the building and then we'll check out all the debris around it. Wow, they really wired that stove exhaust up there. I don't know, I think we might be able to get in this one. Alright, let's try and see if we can get in here. We're going to have to be very careful with our steps, though. Granted, it's not a very far fall down, but it is a fall. Here's that old tin roof again.
Yeah.
Or tin ceiling, I should say. Thinking this is probably a kitchen. You would have had your heating stove along with your cook stove right here, I think. Huh? Oh yeah. A lot of these miner shacks were just some place to go to sleep and eat. Well, at least this one doesn't have a whole lot of like black mold and stuff. You know? Because I forgot to bring my N95 mask. It's actually in remarkable condition, to be honest with you. For being as old as it is. I wonder what that would have been for.
Doggy dog.
Now I wonder if this would have been a room or just a porch.
I think it was a room. You got shelves there and
Could have been.
everything's sticking to you. Oh, Aaron.
But then again, there's also the outside old shingle siding inside there that goes all the way up.
That looks like a cabinet. Some storage shit.
And then of course we got a modern lawn chair in there too. Nice old stove. Wonder if this was a wood stove or... Nope. Well, maybe. got the exhaust for smoke. Prevent fire. Very old burnt up mattresses. What'd you find? There's a foundation right here, a small building. I wonder if maybe that was like the outhouse. Oh, it's a jack.
Is it?
Yeah. There's a smaller version of the ones that like off-roaders use right now. I want to go this way. There's some interesting stuff over here, I think. Huh. Some old burnt up wood. Oh yeah, there's an old bed frame. Let's go up this side. Another one of those wood burners. There. Another, looks like another building outcrop over here. What used to be a building. Or maybe just a town dump. Huh? Might be a sage grouse. Not entirely sure. I'm not all up on my wilderness noises. Yeah, I think this right here probably would have been the outer limits of the city. So I say we head back in. I see another building over there in the distance. Coming, Coop? He's all excited we have company on this adventure. At one point, train actually came through here too. So they could ship out all the ore and bring in food. So you want to walk it all the way back or hop in the truck and head over to those other buildings?
Whatever you want to do. I'm game for whatever.
I'm old and fat and out of shape, so I think we're just going to hop in the truck.
Alright.
Here we are, another little building. This one, however, we cannot go in. A, it's all locked up tight. B, big old sign on the door says, keep out. But we can have a look-see around. And appear in the window at least. This was the kitchen, for sure. Looks like a little bit of fire damage, well, smoke damage in here, but hey, that door says keep out. That means keep out. Get out of there. We're always living under there. Got a whole lot of old debris out here. I don't know if this might have been another house. I know that there's the outhouse. I don't know, I'm thinking there might have been like a shed or another house sitting right here. Oh yeah, there was definitely another building right here. You can see the cinder block foundation for it. Little concrete pad there for something. That there used to be another house.
Really?
Yep.
Check it out. Yeah, there's a window out there. You can see in that room where it says keep out.
Really? Awesome. Here you can see a bunch of fire damage. inside this little shack here. Looks like we got some modern furniture in here too. Let's see if we can get you guys in this room too. Okay friends, here we are at our second location, Metropolis, Nevada. This here that we're looking at is the remnants of the old Metropolis Hotel, burnt down in the late 30s. Which was part of the cause for Metropolis's decline. Metropolis was founded in 1910 by the Pacific Reclamation Company. It was a company town that was supposed to be an agricultural town suitable for a population of 7,500 people. In its first year of development, there were 700 residents of Metropolis. The boomtown boasted graded roads, a hotel, a school, newspaper, and a bunch of other stores and residential buildings. The plan was to produce wheat out here in the Nevada desert. Well, mountainous desert region. A few miles up the road, there's a creek that the reclamation company put a dam in so they could channel water over to the town to supply irrigation and supply all of the buildings. Central Pacific Railroad even created an 8-mile spur so they could bring in supplies and for transportation. Ranchers upstream did not have enough water for their fields and animals, filed lawsuit and won. The town of Metropolis had their water rights cut to only sustain a population of 1,200. And that started the decline of the town. With shortage of water, many residents left, bringing the population down to 1,200, which made it sustainable for a few more years. What do you say we go in the basement of the old hotel? And down we go. Thankfully the stairs are concrete and not wood. As you can see, some people have been here with graffiti. Here's the remnants of the old safe for the hotel. As back in the day, hotels doubled as banks for their townships. And we're going to do this old school. We're going to walk like they would have back in the day. Granted, by the end of this town, cars would have been running through here. Oh yeah, I also forgot they had a post office here too.
Who would think of building a town here?
I know, right?
How deep is it? How many miles is it off the road?
Off of 93, it was 12 miles.
12 miles.
We got a big hole in the ground over here. Let's go see what this is.
You like spicy chips?
He likes anything.
Doesn't like this spicy chip. Nothing? You think?
Just a big open hole. Looks like it could have been a building. There's some brickwork over there on the other side. A bunch of tin cans in the middle. Rubbery. The water. Oh, sure, I'll take a couple. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. This was Lincoln School. No, I'm good, thank you. Like I said earlier, here is what remains of Lincoln School for Metropolis. Nice big grand entrance into the school. And again, we got some graffiti and bullet holes from people shooting. And get the stairway that would go up into the upper portions of the school. There really isn't much left up here. We gotta watch our step. Couple pillars to hold up the second floor. Not too long after the lawsuit with the ranchers, the Pacific Reclamation Company filed for bankruptcy. And the townsfolk were having a hard time with constant droughts, and because their water supply was cut by 3/4, and then the hotel caught fire, which decreased their revenue by a lot, adding to the problems. And then, because they killed off the local coyote population for the town, jackrabbits moved in and started eating the crops, as did the Mormon locusts, or crickets. So not only did they lose revenue from not having a hotel anymore, they were losing it from losing crops. And the hotel burned, like I said, in the late 30s. The post office and railway shut down and pulled out about the early 40s. And the last residents of Metropolis finally called it quits in 1947, when the school finally closed. So what do you say we go walk around the area, see if we can find where homes and storefronts and the post office might have been. Got a little piece of mysterious metal out here we're going to go take a look at. Good thing we didn't bring Coop. do y'all suppose this was? Let's go back over by that car.
Huh?
Where are you headed? Okay. I'm gonna go back over by the car. Well, they really stripped this thing out, didn't they?
The other one over in Compton.
On the roof of a house. I think. Or it was some animal shelter that they built. This one, I'm pretty sure, was a stove of some kind. Aw, we got a crib mattress. Got a couple concrete pads right here. What looks like maybe could have been a house.
I think so. Parking over there, the house right there, garage, dumpster over there.
Food and fruit storage right here, maybe? Like a root cellar almost. We're being yelled at. Where? I don't know. I see a sign. Well, it looks like a sign almost. Oh, we got a depression over here. Got some artifacts in it. Some kind of wood structure over here. Looks like a huge pit of tetanus. That's another crib mattress.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a bunch of mattresses. Huh.
And here we have another abandoned car shell with another crib mattress. I guess so. Here's another baby mattress. Either that or everyone in this town was super small.
I think the second option was for sure it.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous area. I know, right? Something in there, but I don't think we can get into it. We were just about to leave Metropolis because we couldn't find anything else interesting. We came across a sidewalk. So we're going to go up this little embankment and see what we can all find up here. Why do you think they would have put a sidewalk out here for nothing? No, I'm not seeing nothing. There's a few little metal artifacts. There was a building here. Of some kind. Ooh, I think I see something. Maybe. Might just be fence line. If I can learn how to walk. No, it's just sagebrush sticking up.
Random sidewalk.
Well, there's definitely a building here of some kind. Because you got bricks here. More bricks over here. You've got the wood plank up there, the big old 6x6 right there. Some more brickwork. So there were buildings here. They just got swallowed. You know, with the way the sagebrush is growing, I'm wondering if this whole thing wasn't one big building. Post office, maybe? No, I don't think so either. Guess what I just found? Come take a look. You're gonna laugh.
Definitely, they were all Oompa Loompas.
That's what, our 6th crib mattress we found? Yeah, there was definitely buildings here. Look at all this stuff. Well, at least we know where the truck's at. This used to have writing on it. Can't make out what it is anymore, but... looks like this sidewalk continued down this way. We're going to walk up this sidewalk. See if we get to anything interesting. We got some more brickwork. There was something in here. according to the map on the monument over here, this street would have been lined with houses and buildings and businesses on either side. But now there's little to no remnants other than the few foundations that we found. The school and the hotel and a couple cars. I got foundations! Yeah, another little foundation right here. Sorry about the yelling. I was yelling for Judith. Looks like it was a small little building. A concrete front stoop. Got some brickwork. I thought I saw some more concrete back here. I did. I'm not sure if it's part of anything. Lots of tin cans littering all over the place from back in the day. Another baby mattress. You'd have fit right in. This would have been a little building.
Concrete right here.
Yeah. I think it ends back here and starts up there somewhere. Did you find anything interesting on the other side?
No. I was looking, but nothing. There's no debris here and there, but no foundation, no sign of nothing.
Huh. Hard to believe this street would have been lined with buildings. Both sides. If But it looks like they only put a sidewalk on this side. And this here ends where the concrete survived, but if you look, it went all the way up in. Concrete right here. Really old concrete that's disintegrated. I think I'm seeing what you just spotted. Yep. I think maybe there was a sidewalk going this way up to the school.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's gone that way.
Here's another little chunk of concrete surrounded by decayed concrete. And another one. You know what I wonder these might be? You're on your main sidewalk, right?
Right here, yeah.
How do you get to the buildings?
Steps, maybe?
Little concrete pathways back to the building.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
No, it's just, well, it might be, but all you can see is dirt on it.
That area that you're standing on here is black.
Yeah. So does this one right here. And there's a concrete walk path. Got some more concrete back here. Huh. suppose those are? One there, and there's a few of them up in that little. Right there, and over here. Store shelves, maybe?
Maybe.
Because honestly, it looks like this goes all the way at least back to here.
Yeah.
That'd be about a good.
Wide too.
That'd be about a good segment for a general store.
Yeah. Right across the street from the hotel. Yeah.
Yeah. Or the saloon.
Yeah.
Alright, back to the truck we go. And we got a little bit of bonus material for y'all. It's an old hot springs. We got nothing that says no trespassing. Only this sign that says keep the gate closed. So,
Hopefully we didn't get shot.
uh-oh.
What? Got it?
I don't see any place to get in on the front. What do you suppose this was? A building or a pool?
A pool seems like. It's,
Yeah, because it starts out real shallow there.
Yep. Goes deeper and deeper.
I don't even know if we want to get in on the top floor. There's a ladder here we can at least take a look up. Old heating and cooling, maybe? Hey! There ain't much up here.
No? Things down here?
No, it's a little bit more than that. We're gonna have to be real careful where we step, though. Just gotta be real careful. I weigh more than you, so follow me. Seems pretty stable. Woof. Ceiling's coming in right here.
Nobody ever bought it.
What you doing, Cooper? Huh? What you doing? How do I get up there with you? This over here is concrete. Changing areas. See what's left of the bathroom. Not a whole lot of anything. I wonder if we can get down on this side.
Yeah.
We can go pressure tank. What you doing? Huh?
How do you suppose they clean it?
I have no idea. Spring dried up maybe. Maybe lack of interest. Ooh, this floor is squishy.
Is there a house in here?
Maybe. Wherever this was had a basement at one point.
Full of rocks?
Yeah. Maybe not. I don't know what that was. There's steps, but then it just dead ends.
Huh.
Maybe a private sitting room?
Private pool? Like the ones over in Egan? Maybe?
Maybe, because right here's another. As the kids call it, a soak and poke. Let's see what this one over here is. There's got to be more than just that one pool. Plus there's buildings all the way back there.
Yeah, I was going to say it's awfully distance.
Who do you suppose this was?
I do.
Huh.
It's concrete thing in the center.
Yeah.
Strange.
Well, shall we go back?
Back all the way over there?
Sure.
Oh.
Why not? Because if it's a hot springs, there's got to be more than just that one pool.
Yeah. It has to be the ones all the way over there. The side of the building, it says RV park.
12 miles
Yeah.
to the RV park.
Is it refrigerator?
Yep.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that is. Unless time has filled the pools in. There's a depression here. There could have been a pool right there. Alright, we're going to shut you guys down until we find something interesting or we get to those buildings back there. We've still only seen evidence of one pool. But time could have filled in all of the others. Or they could be behind this building. That is an awfully modern jacuzzi.
This almost seems like a hotel.
Almost.
Right? Up springs up in the front, hotel back here you can stay at maybe.
Maybe. Because each room has just about the same layout. Looks like it had gone that way too. But through the windows I did see something in the ground over here, so maybe there's a pool behind it. No, it just looks like a runoff. Should we go check out the old cars? Did you bring your phone? All I can think of is all the hot springs are right here, but time's filled them in. You know?
I mean, maybe because there's over there is awfully white.
Yeah. So it's all of this. Came across a couple of old cars out here, just outside the hot springs area. Looks like there was a building here at one point in time. More little baby mattresses. See them? There was a building over there. original paint.
Baby mattress.
I think those are actually seat.
I know.
But out at Metropolis, there's no way those were all car seats.
Yeah.
Well, should we head back to the truck?